People, I'm glad you could join me on Deranged Hermit Life. So this week we bought some cards, we sold some cards, and we got some cards back from grading. We made a video of these cards that we got back from grading in October when we cleaned them up and sent them away. So I'll leave that linked in the description below. If you're interested, you can check that out. But might as well get straight into it and I'll show you what I got. Let's go. So we'll start with the cards that I sold this week, and they were another 4 unfulfilled desires. You might remember that 2 weeks ago I sold 2 of these cards on eBay, and this week I sold another 4. So these are all the copies that I had, and I'm selling them because the price spiked up recently. Spiked up by a fair bit. So as you can see, I bought all these cards for $2.30 each, like 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. And now I'm selling them for $25 each. I just thought it was another good time to lock in the profits and at least make a little bit of money from them. All these cards are about in light play condition, but I listed them as medium play just so the buyer would be extra happy and get more than they expected. So eBay costs a fair bit. They took $13.70 from this, but the total profit was $72. Alright, here's the cards that I bought this week. These are from an Australian seller, and they came pretty quick. Took about a week, I think. They came with free postage, so that's always good. And obviously I don't have to pay that goods and services tax that I'd normally have to pay if I'm buying something from overseas. So I always try to buy from Australia if I can. Seems pretty well packaged, very professional. They definitely weren't going to get damaged in the mail. It's good to see. Yeah, a couple of Anvil of Bogarden cards. These are reserve list cards, coming from the late 90s, the Vision set. And for those that don't know, this card lets you skip your discard phase. In fact, all players skip their discard phase. And in their draw phase, each player will draw 2 cards and discard 1. It's just a really interesting card that'll change up the game. Being able to have a bigger hand size can really benefit certain decks. So if you make a deck around this card, you can draw lots of cards and not have to discard them at the end of your turn. I think it's undervalued. This came from a really good set, a really good block. And yeah, definitely happy to have these in the collection. These are number 8 and 9 that I own. Unfortunately, a couple of the ones I own have been inked. When I bought them a while ago, I found that they had been inked. So yeah, I've got 9 of them, but some of them I see as damaged. Yeah, here's the graded cards that I got, and this is my prediction on the grades that I'll get. So we'll see how we go. It's disappointing, but the store that I dropped these cards off and pick them up from got raided recently by a whole bunch of people stealing Pokemon. They smashed the front window and just stole as much as they could. So it's just super disappointing to see. I don't know why they'd be stealing Pokemon like that. That's crazy in my opinion, but yeah, I don't know. That's how hectic the market is at the moment, especially for Pokemon. Everyone's just like frothing. Yeah, this first card's the Wheel of Fortune card. And it's in a 9, so that's primo. Oh yeah, got a surface of 10. My predictions weren't too far off, but yeah, BGS were pretty lenient on this one, I think. Very happy with that. Well, that's boosted the value of this card considerably. Having it as a BGS 9, it's now probably worth nearly twice as much. Not quite as much as twice as much, but it's up there now. It's good to see. So this other one will be the Treachery. It's a foil from Urza's Destiny. As you probably know, these are the first foils that Magic ever made, and they're pretty rare. So they gave the surface an 8.5. I actually thought they'd give it an 8. But yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm really glad to have this in a slab. Obviously, I'm never going to play a game with it. It's nice to be able to have it behind some protective plastic and still be able to pull it out and admire it and know that I'm not going to damage it. Also, if I sell it in the future, it's way easier to sell when it's in a slab, and also it's way more protected in the post when I'm posting it out to the person. So there we have it. Sold 4 cards, bought 2 cards, and got 2 cards back from grading. So hey, there you have it. I'm really happy with that Wheel of Fortune card. If you checked out the old video of us cleaning it up and sending it away, I was saying, geez, the surface on this is really good, the surface is primo. And so it's good to see that come back as a surface graded 10. The card's a 9, and I'm very happy about that. I couldn't have asked for anything more. The Treachery card, it would have been nice to get in a 9, but I expected it to be an 8.5. The surface wasn't quite good enough to get the 9 grade, and these old foils are just so hard to get in a 9. There's always the surface problem. They're just so old. They're 25 years old, and you can't expect too much from them. So let me know in the comment section what you think of the deals this week, whether I did the right thing buying those anvils, whether I did the right thing selling those unfulfilled desires, and let me know what you think of those graded cards. Until next week, stay cool, stay calm, stay connected.